This morning I'm joined by Lynn Mitchell from the Safety Office. We're going to discuss some important housekeeping tips for our safety. Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning, Jennifer.
Now, this month's topic is housekeeping. Now, what regulations govern housekeeping here on the depot and in general?
Well, OSHA covers housekeeping through its general industry standards. It actually is in a lot of the different standards. We all think of walking and working surfaces or sanitation, but hazard-specific regs such as hexavalent chromium, cadmium, all have housekeeping aspects, as well as things like electrical and even flammable regulations discuss housekeeping. So it really covers the gambit of the OSHA regulations, as well as that's reflected in our depot regulations as well.
Now, why should we focus on housekeeping now, right here at the end of the year?
Well, as we approach the end of the year, many of us are taking time off to use that leave up or spend time with our family over the holidays. So much like we clean our house, put it in order before we take a trip, we should really take time to focus and clean up our work area before we leave. You know, none of us want to come home to a messy house when we are returning from a long trip. So in the same way, we shouldn't want to return to our work area where it's messy. Even those who may not be taking leave, we should take time at the end of each day to straighten, clean up, sort, straighten, clean, just put things in general order. It really goes a long way to promote both safety and production.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that housekeeping can promote production. How is that?
Well, from the safety aspect, it just minimizes injuries and prevents those from production. If our workplaces are neat and orderly, we know where our parts and our tools are, so they're readily available to us, so we can keep moving. As well as if our workspace is not cluttered, it minimizes the distraction of our mind, so we can focus on the task at hand. In general, studies show that a clean work area, just cleanliness in general, promotes good mental health. Not to mention it makes a really good first impression.
Good. Now, you mentioned injury prevention. Now, what type of injuries can good housekeeping prevent?
Well, there's the slips, trips, and falls that most of us think about when we think of housekeeping by minimizing cords, air hoses, things in the work area that we can trip over, or cleaning up spills, any loose water, oil, even bolts and things that can cause us to slip can minimize those types of injuries. Straightening things overhead, making sure they're secure, can prevent falling objects from hitting the head. Simple as minimizing the amount of combustibles, paperwork on our desk can control fires if they were to break out because it minimizes that combustible product that's around. All the way to making sure you have your tools available ensures you use the right tool for the job, so it can minimize hand injuries. So it really does hit all aspects and can prevent all kinds of injuries. So I would just say, you know, take time, straighten up your work area at the end of each day. Don't be lazy. Make sure that you promote your own health and safety as well as those of the others around you.
Thank you very much for reminding us of all of this. And housekeeping is one of those areas that really truly touches every single aspect of work on the depot, from the office areas all the way through our shops. So this is a good reminder. Thank you very much for joining us today.
Thank you.